Alright, we're back with another stream. Missed out for 2 days, but we're back. So, we're up to 18. We're doing the cunning crew. So these are a bunch of cunning orcs, or goblins. I think these are goblins. Yeah, they look like goblins. So we've got these guys to do. In this thing, we also got a massive playmat, which has like a gigantic skeleton spider on there. So it's double-sided. One side is like spider caverns, and then the other side is an open thing of like sand dunes or something. So put that away. So we'll start working on these guys. Got some interesting artwork in here as well, like cave painting style history of the ancient empires. But yes, we're gonna get through these guys and hopefully the next thing as well. So this first guy is called Manik. Manik de Cannon rules his warband through violence. Lovely. So I need 1, 4, and 5. So that's 1. I do wonder if just cutting the side of the sprues would be easier for cleanup. Somebody did mention doing that. Okay. This guy's got quite a few spikes on his armor. So hopefully I don't hurt myself putting this one together. Okay. I think the piece... Yeah, it's just the sprue piece. So that's going to be a bit of cleanup. What else we got? So 4, go with the stick. Where is it? Not that one, but maybe this one? What number is this? Doesn't even have a number. Okay. Wait, what exactly are we? Yeah, it's just it's this one, which should be number 4. Ah, there's a number on the side. Okay, I don't know how I didn't say that. All right. So this is actually quite a large, well, not large, but wide piece. Sticks out quite a bit. And they put the sprue right on the back of the crow. And one on top of the stick. I think he's out. No, this last piece. There we go. So yeah, that's quite a sizable piece. But I guess it is just his arms. So that's not that big. So that just goes on there. So it's sort of got like an Odin style look to him. It's got the crow on his shoulder. Okay, number 5. One of the heads. It's just a empty orc head. Yeah, this one. For all the armor he has, he doesn't have a very special face. Oh. So yeah, that's... If that will focus. Yeah, it's not focusing. But yeah, that's his head. See if I can get more light on that. I don't know why the light's not showing through. Oh, 1 second. Let me turn on the flashlight. There we go, that might show it better. So yeah, he's just got a basic orc head. Oh, maybe my camera's... 1 second, I'll wipe the lens, maybe that's what's going on. No, it still looks kind of... Anyway, there's the head. It's a very basic head. Okay, so we'll just clean that up quickly. It's got like a little piece on the back of his head from where the sprue was. Don't want to flatten his head, but I do want to get rid of all of that stuff. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it for now. Okay, so these ones might be a bit difficult to clean up because there's so many angles. I can just make that flat, that would be great. It's like a single layer. And it's probably as good as that's going to get. This one doesn't matter too much because it's on a piece of wood, so any blemish is just a blemish on the stick. But that seems like that cleaned it up really quick. Any other spots? It was on top of the crow. Okay, yeah, that is sticking out a bit. And the crow has a mold line down the middle of it, which isn't great. Can't really clean that up without destroying the crow's feather designs. But to be honest, the crow is kind of like a bunch of polygons. It's not overly done. I don't know if that's going to show up. There's sort of just like a bunch of cuts into the thing to pretend to be feathers. Okay, there you go. That's in focus now. Yeah, I think that's mostly cleaned. No one's going to notice. That's a big piece. Okay, that one's cleaned off. I think there should be one more point. Ah, it's on there. This looks like it had a bit of stress put into it because the grey plastic's gone white. So hopefully that's not about to snap off. Okay, that one is clean. Oh no, one little spot left. One very fragile spot. Okay, that's clean enough. Now onto the actual body. That is a terrible position for the sprue. Okay, that came off fairly easy. And then this tiny little blemish. I think I'm getting a bit better at cleaning these up without extra damage. Yeah, that one's done. I say that, and I think I just dug into this a bit too deep. Oh no, that's crept off perfectly. I don't know what's with this model, but it is very easy to clean. Last piece was on this little tiny fragile piece. Just need to shave off single layers. I think that one's done. There's one piece on the bottom. I think that's clean. Okay. So the head goes in on this piece. Get that in without breaking anything. The pegs and the holes are always maybe slightly too close. Like they'll push fit, but you have to get them perfectly aligned, otherwise they won't properly start to go in. There we go. Just get the rotation right, and his head's in. There we go. And then I just attach it straight into the body somewhere. Oh, okay, so there's a front piece that needs to go onto it to actually hold it in. So these are separate pieces. Okay, so what do we need now? 2 and 3. That's 3. And 2. Just this one. Just gotta be careful not to break anything. That should be free. Yep. Alright, that's fairly easy to clean. Surprised that this model feels kind of different to the others. Like, it's all the same plastic, but this one just cleans up so much quicker. Maybe it's room temperature, so it's actually cold today. I think the last time I did this, it was sweltering. So maybe the plastic was a bit more... given a bit more give, whereas now it's very solid. I think this might be the last spot on this one. Looks fairly clean to me. I'll go on to this one. They look like the same piece, but they slot into each other. Okay. So this is probably why he had such a basic face, because it gets obscured by the cage. Okay, scrape that off. Scrape this side off. There should be more points. There's one. Because I swear there was like 6 holding these on. For both of them. Okay, there's a tiny piece there. It's going to be interesting to see how this one turns out. Looks like a nice model. Okay, I think we're done. Now, this model going together, I kind of feel like I shouldn't be putting it together for painting purposes, because you're not going to be able to paint inside this thing. So yeah, this does like a full-on lock-in. So I might just loosely fit these, just so that I can take them out when I need to. And this one goes on the back. So we just get the general gist of what it looks like. It is a proper cage around the guy's head. Hello, idiotic synergy. How's it going? I am doing well. So yeah, if I was to paint this, you'd be trying to get the paintbrush in there and everything, so I'm just going to leave it separate so I can actually take it apart. But he does have a piece for his staff. I can put that on. Number 7. Yeah, following along with the magazine, it's like they give you instructions that don't help you further down the line. So I feel sorry for anybody that actually purely copies what they show. This one's going to be a bit of difficult cleanup though. So, are you a Warhammer fan, Synergy? Okay, trying to get that off without snapping something. Nearly there. It's like one layer left. Okay, that's clean. Very clean. There's another spot. That one's pretty much clean. Give it a light sanding. And then one last base. Hello, multi-apple. You were in here last time, weren't you? I feel like you asked this last time. Either that or somebody with another name that was very difficult to pronounce. I am building the cunning crew. These guys. Just slowly getting through my backlog of Stormbringer models from the magazine. I've got a whole bunch to do. It's a very slow process. Most of it's taken up from the cleaning. So I assume you're a fan of Warhammer then, if you know what's going on. It can be annoying to play into. The like the goblins and all that. Okay, that should just stick in. I don't know if it's got a specific way it's supposed to sit. There he is with his little scepter. There should be a longer piece. Oh no, did I snap it off? I did! Oh no. I was wondering why it was so short. Okay, so that snapped off, that's great. I don't know how that snapped off. Okay, I'm gonna have to glue that back on when... Well, I'll do it at some other time, I think. If I ever go to paint this, I'll glue it back on. But yeah, he snapped his little thing. That should... Right there, okay. Yeah, if I press it properly, the seam completely disappears. That's what I like about these. It's clean snaps. Easy to glue back. Just gonna have to put that there for now, just so it stays with the model. Because that guy's done now. Ooh, I just realized the actual bases are sitting in here. Hey, Sheprins, welcome back. missed out for 2 days, unfortunately. But I'm back now. Number 6. Is it this one? Yes. I haven't seen this where it's actually part of the sprue. We're just building some goblins at the moment. Some, the cunning crew. They have a gamble ability in a way that they almost certainly win, which is very orky. So they're degenerate gamblers. I've been working, so I would have missed the last couple of days anyway. That's great. You're back where we left off, basically. That one's a bit more stuck on there. Yeah, I'm botching up this cleanup job. This is actually cutting into the base. Anyway, that's as good as that's going to be. So... oh, there's foots there. Okay. If I can get him to go into the hole. It's quite a tight fit. I don't know if I'm comfortable with pushing the model into there. Especially when it's not fully put together, because leaving the headpieces. You mean how useful is this, or... because I am also using the X-Acto knife. This thing is the... it's the the Guild Workshop. I don't know if this counts as Citadel. But yeah, it's the official Games Workshop file thingy. It is kind of... it's good for deburring, because this edge here, you can just run it along and it will scrape off the sprues. But I find that the I find that the actual sanding kind of sucks, to be honest. It's not great. A little bit of glue actually lubricates the pins. Oh, okay. I'm not ready to glue it though, so yeah. Okay, it is going in, but yeah, with the model not fully pressed in, I'm not going to go any further than that until I actually go to use it. So that is Manic. So his little stick is broken, but that's an easy fix. So that should come down all the way to the ground. So there he is with his little cage head. So let me turn on the flash so you can see him better. There we go. There he is. So yeah. If I ever go to paint or whatever, I'll glue that back on. But that probably won't be for a while. I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of grey plastic from this. And then I've got all of Combat Patrol to go through. Yeah, Age of Sigmar. Yeah, all the Stormbringer stuff. Birdhead, yes. He's got the little bird there. I thought this would have been a very quick build, seeing as it's just one sprue, but there's actually quite a lot involved in this one. So, wait, there was another hole in the bay. Oh, okay. That hole there is for his staff to go into. So I really screwed that up by snapping the staff. Okay. Where are we? 8, 9, 10. There's 9. This one 8. Yeah, I don't know how that snapped. It must have snapped when I tried to take the model out or something. Either that or it was already under stress being in the sprue, and snapping one of the sprues just made it come apart. And then 10, which is a cloak, which I think might be this. Yep. Okay, that's those 3 out. Goes down easier and holds forever. I find the glue is quite interesting, how it just melts the plastic. Because I was having trouble gluing one of the previous sets. Well, not sets, but like one of the previous editions of the magazine. Because it was all small parts. And I screwed up and I was pulling it back out and it was just stringy pieces of plastic everywhere. Yeah, I think that's... yeah, that was a clean. Well, yeah, a clean. Yeah, the models seem to be very good to me today. Yeah, that's clean. Yeah, it seems the knife can do most of the work today. I built a Necro Psychomancer. Assuming that's Psychomancer, not Psychomancer. Psychomancer. That was by far the most complicated character model I've ever built. 28 parts. 28 parts. 30 steps. What? Was this one of the big things? I don't know what a Psychomancer is from the Necrons. I don't know the names of any of the Necron units, to be honest. Well, to be further honest, I don't know the names of any units, to be honest. I am terrible with names. I just know stuff by the looks of things. 1.2 inch. 28 parts in a tiny... what? Why are there 28 parts? Does it at least, like, move and stuff, or... like, with 28 parts, I'd expect it to, like, have moving arms or something. It sounds like it would be a Gunpla model at that point. Speaking of Gunpla, I am kind of tempted, after I've gone through all of this stuff and started working on Combat Patrol, to just go out and buy the most difficult top-end Gunpla model, just to see if a noob can actually build it. Especially because the contact areas are small. That sounds like the issues I was having with some of the models the other day. I think that's clean. So that piece is done. Hated assembling death marks. There seems to be a lot of models people hate to put together. Have you put together a Titan? Although not many people have the spare money to buy a Titan, so or the room to have a Titan. So his torso was 5 parts, his leg 3, tentacles 3 and 4 parts. Skill 4. That's a lot of parts. With push fit, ideally shorten the pins a little before pushing it. I have found, whittling down some of the pins does make it a bit easier. So there is a magazine coming up that I am kind of interested for the building side of things. So we've got this one, and then a single model. Then where is it? All right. So yeah, once we've completed this little band, we have this guy to put together. He's a goddess steel soul. But then after him, we have this guy to build. It's a 2-part magazine thingy. It's like a big base and everything. So that's going to be an interesting thing to put together. But I'll probably get to that in the next part, not today's stream. Yeah, the biggest thing I've built so far is the Storm Strike Chariot thing, which I showed off in one of the previous streams. But yeah, I built that like a year ago, and then didn't really get to anything else. So a lot of interesting models in Age of Sigmar. "27 parts, not 28. That's still a lot. Okay, all the connection points are on the bottom. They actually did well on this model. Just give them a tiny bit of a cleanup. Where is that little... Oh, there it is. Chariots look nice. I only ever did infantry. Mine is probably the church organ tank that my army has. Oh, you got one of those things. One of the big, is this 40k or is this fantasy? So I know fantasy has like a bunch of the what are they? The carriage tank thingies with the Empire. The tank with a church organ on the top of it, and the person shoots. Oh, is that Oh no, that's dwarves in the old world. Okay, I'm not sure I know which one you're talking about, but I do know the dwarves have organ cannons and stuff in the Total War games, which is old world. Okay, this should just clip into the back somewhere through his shoulder. Sisters of Battle. Okay, that would make sense. Empire has steam tanks that look like a clothesline. Yes, they do. I love all that styled stuff. Okay. That clipped in. Which way does... Okay. So the magazine has him like this. Does that go into his crotch, or is that into his... Or is that his head go through? No. Surely not. No, his head wouldn't go through there. That'll go into his arm. Okay. And then that does go into his crotch. That was confusing for a second. There's so many holes. Okay. That went together. I would send links or something to show you, but I don't want to put them in chat. Oh, that's alright. It's called an exorcist. I mean, I could bring one up. Let me just bring up the thing. What's this? 40k. Let me see. Oh, okay. Oh, one of those. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. Grab an image. And let me just add this to the stream. Where is it? Window capture. Where's window capture? There we go. Add source. I don't quite have this set up, so. One of these is what you're talking about. One of these things. Yeah, they're kind of cool. Let's zoom into that a little bit. Yeah, it's like a... But yeah, exactly what you described, an organ tank. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I've definitely seen those before. Okay, 11. This really cool looking chain attached to a stick. Check out the Psychomancer. Alright. Alright. How is that? What? Okay. Let me just make this a bit smaller so it fits properly. So that's the Psychomancer. I am not sure how that has 27 parts. Is that the one you were talking about? Because, yeah, I'm not sure if that's the one. Yeah, that's him. Okay. So is it just like each tentacle is a separate piece, and then the 8-bit thingy is like a couple of pieces put together? All the tentacle and hollow bits add up. Yeah, I don't think I've come across any minis in this that have been too overly engineered. I'm sure they're coming up. And 13 is the base. Okay, this is going to take a bit of cleaning. But I did just notice his little staff has a bunch of nails stuck into it, which is kind of funny. Yeah, the detail on the chain and everything's kind of cool. Overall, I like these models. So his chest is the core, head armor around his neck, spine, arms, hands, and weapons. Yeah, I could see how that adds up. And that's just the chest. Oh, that's just the chest. The snotling catcher. Oh, okay, is that what that is? Do you play Underworlds? No. Unfortunately, I do not play any of the tabletop. I'm actually pretty much a noob when it comes to the models and the tabletop. Gameplay-wise, those have grapple. Yeah, that would make sense. So this is what they use to catch those little blobs, you say, the snotlings. So when you attack, you can move the opponent to any field next to it. That's great. Sure, people have fun with that. I'm guessing it has a size limit to what it can, actually get. But yeah, when it comes to Warhammer, all I've played, game-wise, is all digital. So I was a huge fan of the Total War Warhammer games. A game that I didn't know was Warhammer was Omen, Dark Omen, I think it was. When I was a kid, that game was mesmerizing just from the art style. I only found out recently that that was actually a Warhammer game. And Dawn of War. Dawn of War was my main childhood game when it came to Warhammer. Underworlds only has infantry. Biggest you get is Croxigors or Stormcast. Oh! So Underworlds is lizardmen and stuff. That's cool. I think I've cleaned this one. As far as I can tell, there's nothing else left on the model. Okay, where did his head connect? It was on the side here. Yeah, I think the next Age of Sigmar magazine set, the Spearhead one, I think that's gonna have lizardmen in it. Oh, where'd he go? Once one of these things bounces, they go everywhere. I'm lucky I found him. All Age of Sigmar armies have underworld warbands, but Skaven is... Yes. Skaven is best, yes. I'm still waiting for the Skaven to reappear in in 40k at some point. That's the worst. Mine always seem to have some sort of backspin, always under my chair. Yeah, that went down to the left somewhere. Straight into the carpet. Hidden under some wires. No, I swear, if anything bounces on my desks, I'm spending the next 2 minutes looking for wherever they've gone. Okay, so that's it. That's literally the model. It's just this piece that fills in everything else other than the head. They've surprisingly put a lot of the model on this. Okay, if I can line everything up, not break something. What? Kind of want to commit to pushing, but yeah. Oh, this is going to be a tight fit. I should have cut the sprue a bit, or cut the pin. I don't know if this is gonna. Nah. Yeah, that's too much of a gap. Okay, let's see if I can take this apart without destroying it. Just try to slowly loosen it out. Oh no, that's taking the back off. That's not... Okay, so that front piece is actually quite in there then. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm getting that back off without breaking something. So hopefully it's just that the back piece isn't pushed in enough. Let's see. If I can even get that lined up again. Maybe if I just cut this down, actually. There's 2 peg holes that this needs to get into. Yeah, it's only this side that has like the so that side has a gap, and then this side doesn't really, because that side fits flush, but this side has that annoying gap. Oh, okay, I just got an angle to push. There we go. I don't know how I managed that, but I managed to push it at a certain angle, and the front piece pushed in further. So now that's fairly flush. And plastic glue and paint can hide that. It probably could have, but that was quite a gap. And it looks so much better now that it's fully in. Okay, so chuck his head on. There are a few pieces that I'm just gonna have to glue to get them to work properly. Okay, I have to be careful with this one, because if I push it wrong, the headpiece is gonna snap off. Let's try and find the angle. Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna have to shave this. Looks like parts of the edges were sticking out anyway. Just give that a little bit of a shave. Oh, there we go. Got him in. So this one's got a bit of a weird head. It's like an armored head. And then he just clicks in here. But yeah, I won't push him in fully because there's 3 pieces in there and I don't want that to snap off when I try to take it out again to paint. But this model's kind of cool. So that's the Snotling Catcher, you say. So this guy's called Talker Tough Skull. He acts as the cunning crew's muscle and protects Manic from harm. These models are actually quite big. So I thought these were supposed to be goblins, but that's definitely an orc. So this must be an orc, and then the other 3 must be the goblins. Because these are just the usual cruel boys for size. So this guy's about as big as the cruel boys leader. It's actually a bit smaller, but oh no! Oh no! I just realized this guy's axe has been bent. I'm gonna have to glue that back on at some point. Models are so easy to break. It's kind of annoying. Just notice the chisel chip knife. Pretty cool. Do you find it easier to work with versus the scalpel knife? This. I thought this was essentially a scalpel. This is just some crappy, like, Chinese thing bought off of Amazon. Where it's got like a whole bunch of different knives. Of which I only use this one. Yeah, it's got a whole heap of... Well, once this is fully dull, I'll probably just go to the one that's pretty much the same. It does have a flat knife though, which is interesting. It's just like completely flat on the end. And just picking that up, it's just clean underneath and dust everywhere else. I didn't realize how dusty that area was. I need to clean that. So that guy's done. Krugrin, the Hobgrot. So they're sort of hobgoblins. Acts as the cunning crew's paymaster. So 14, 15. This is where it gets easy. They're all 2 pieces. 2 or 3 pieces. Yeah, so 14, 15. This guy's interesting. Okay, got that. Cutting the parts under a lot of tension, so that's hopefully not going to damage any part of the model. Oop. 14, 15. And then there's a head that's not even mentioned on the numbers. I think that's 16. But they're not. Yeah, they screwed up on the they screwed up on the magazine. That should say 16 next to it. is 14. No, that was 14 and 15. Yeah, I'm used to the ones on the left there. Oh, the big ones. The long scalpel knives, yeah. Okay, now, yeah, I get what you mean by scalpel now. Looks like you both have the same one. That is not uncommon. Oh, for them to screw up the building instructions. Okay, this one's a bit difficult to get rid of. It's right on a money sack, so I have to try and not flatten this. Yet again, annoyed by the sprue placement. Yeah, when I first put this knife together, I looked at those long scalpel thingies and I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to cut anything with this? Because it's so long. So yeah, I just chose the little angled knife. Okay, this is kind of annoying. There's like a single layer on this bag, which I need to somehow get rid of without destroying the bag. Which I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job of. I feel like I need glasses to see this properly. This is like really close up. Oh, my perfectionism is gonna really, really annoy me on this one. Okay, it's fine. It's a bit of a munted bag, but it's fine. It's really hard to show. But it was just this little bag here. You can kind of see the reflection off of the cut. You figure it out pretty quick, but watching you use it on the neck area of the last model was like an epiphany. I need to get a kit like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's just off of Amazon. I got this like 2 years ago. It's just a crappy... Like, you wouldn't even be able to check what it is, I don't think. Yeah, just a scalpel kit or something. I don't know what it was called. Tiny piece there. Yeah, I just use it for very exact cleanups. Like, I'm not really worried about cutting myself with this blade at all. Like, it is sharp, but unless I'm like pulling across it, it's not going to be an issue. So I literally have it up against the model and then cut it into my finger. You got the D&D branded hobby knife when you got started. I find all the official tools are generally kind of terrible. Case in point, this thing. It's useful, but it's yeah, it's not great. Okay, I think we got this guy cleaned up. Now this base. The front. 'Cause yeah, it's very useful for these like tiny little details where I can just shave off like a layer or two. And as soon as you've done the cut, all of the stuff that's not supposed to be there shows up white. And just like that, it's cleared off. I don't know if that came up through the camera much. I mean, there's like a tiny, tiny piece that could probably be cleaned up a bit more, but I think that would start damaging the fabric design. Actually, is that a... I can't tell if that's supposed to be on there. There's like a sticky out part. I'm going to cut that off just anyway. If it was supposed to be there, that would be annoying, but it looks better without it. Yeah, do you guys think the music in the background's too loud or not loud enough? So I was having trouble with it being too quiet beforehand, but I'm not sure what volume it's actually on now. Okay, there's a tiny, tiny piece that needs to be scraped off. I think we're done. That's as good as it's going to be. Just a smidge too loud. Drop that down to... That's a tiny bit further down. I think that's, yeah, that's just a piece sticking around. Surely there were more connection points. Ah, there's one. Knew there had to be one more. So I'll use the use this to just try and finish it off. Okay, this guy's done as far as I can tell. So he's got like a pirate pose, like that classic pirate sticking out the rapier, but it's a knife. Got to figure out if you're building something tonight, working around your schedule. This should just fit in there somewhere. Yep. Would be nice if I could just get one more little push. But yeah, that's probably as good as it's gonna get. Alright, so... Oh, just if you're in the mood. Oh, so you've got a collection to choose from, I see. Okay, this guy should be... The head should be 16. Let's just check. So 24... That one doesn't have a number on it either. I don't know why they're not telling you which heads to use. That one is... that one. So this one, yeah, it has to be 16. So this is one of those goblins with the tall heads. little chin is really annoying me. They couldn't have put it on the back of the head. Okay, that's cleaned. I have 3 new boxes and an old box to choose from. Starting is always the hardest step. Been procrastinating a whole stack of Adeptus Aureatus. Maybe it's the night. Go do it. That's 8 word bearers glazed on my end. I think I'm gonna check out for the night. Enjoy the Ox. Thank you. Thank you for joining us along. Sisters is your main army. Okay. So your Sisters of Battle main. They do have interesting models. Alright. Have a good night. Hopefully you'll be able to get some models done as well at some point. So you have 3 new boxes. I guess you're buying a heck of a lot of Warhammer. Just try and get this last little piece cleaned. Okay, I think that's it. What don't you have? It's about 1,000 points. Mostly you're tired. Tried and tries. It's gonna be more than Warsuits, Akaros. Oversimplify stuff. Choices where people in power armor, people, robo people, anime people. Elves of 3 flavors or crazy. So you chose the crazy women. Okay, this head should just slot in. Okay. So this guy's done. Just as a base. 17. Got random models instead of a box. Yeah, it's a magazine, so it comes with 6 different armies over multiple editions. I haven't actually bought any boxes yet. I was considering getting the Skaven box, but that's like $380. Yeah, it's like I don't want to paint Akaros, so I'm gonna buy the box that includes them. Okay, I'm lost in the conversations now. Okay, our little guy is gonna fit in here. Alright, let's turn on the flash. Alright, so there's our little guy. His legs are sticking out a bit, but certainly so I can get him out easy. I wish it would stay in focus. But yeah, there's our little treasure keeper. Treasure goblin. So he's tiny compared to these guys. A real goblin. Okay, so our next one is Gicket. This grot slaps his shackles on prospective captives. So he basically just hits people. Yeah, the detail on these little models is enjoyable. So let's cut out Gicket, 1819. 18, there we go. Oh, that's one of those ones where I don't want to cut too far. Oh, this came out terrible with the sprues. There's like, yeah, pieces stuck everywhere. Yeah, for some reason this set of models has just been very easy to clean. I think that one's done. No, you got your tax return, so you've got 3 boxes. Normally live paycheck to paycheck, yep. Yeah, I know how that goes. I'm still waiting on mine. Did I cut off a nub that I wasn't supposed to? Crap. Or is that just supposed to be like that? I don't know if I cut off something that I wasn't supposed to. Like his arm has like a tiny nub on it. What was this? This was 18. No, I didn't cut off a knob, so maybe that is supposed to be cut down. That might actually be extra that I'm supposed to cut off. Is there anything else? Just the bottom of the feet. Okay, we'll find out when we have to put the other part on. So number 19. Sometimes they have extra bits so you can fit a part correctly. It might be, yeah. It just seems really weirdly sized, that's all. Okay, I might have scraped off a bit too much there. Alright, that's fine. It's like a little layer on this nail. It's fine, the nail can just look damaged. Is there only 2 spots for this? I think it might have been. Or 3. Okay, let's see. Where? Yeah, okay, yeah, his arm goes into that. It is a little spot for his arm. It's a little nub. Alright. Oh, this is one of these where you have to actually like stretch out the thing. So this is going to be under tension. Because that fits in there, but then I have to pull this further out. There we go. It's not much tension, but it is a bit of a... just a little bit of a pull. Wait, is my phone hot? No, it's not too hot. Just saw it lagging a bit in the video. Okay, so his head, not numbered, but it is this one, number 20. This one's a bit tough to cut out. I sort of feel like I need those magnification glasses for some of this. Oh no, I bent that. Okay. Crap. Part of his helmet's bent, but I mean he's an orc or a goblin, so it doesn't really matter. But that part was bent down. I must have pushed on it at some point. You wear a pair of mid-strength reading glasses. Really helps with painting. I do have some reading glasses. Because all I've got is astigmatism. It's nothing like visual issue. But I'm sure they would probably help a bit. But I'm talking the the wear over the head magnification with the light attached in and everything. Okay. Let's get his head put in. Preferably without breaking his helmet any further. Which way does it go? Trying to get the angle for the hole is always a bit difficult. This one's very fiddly. Damn it. Okay. I'll bore out this hole a tiny bit. I find that this thing is actually kind of useful for just sort of dremeling out the holes in the. Well, that wasn't even on camera. But yeah, it can sort of just dremel out the holes. Get that stuff out of there. So that should make it a bit easier to start the process. Ah! Oh, okay, good. I thought I broke his hand off, but it just came out of the tension point. This guy's still difficult to shove the head in. Turn it that way. I feel like the head should have gone on first. I need too much pressure to actually push his head in. Still off angle, I think. Turn it that way. Oh, this model is so annoying. It's because all these pieces are so easy to break. I don't want to like damage anything. I think that's as good as I'm going to get him, to be honest. Okay, and that arm can go back in there. There's a little bit of a seam in his head, but for the effort it will take to fit that in properly, I think I'll just shove glue in that or something. Because this guy's so easily to break. 21. This one. Okay, this guy. Fits in like that. Although that foot should have gone in first, I think. Alright, I won't stick him in fully, but there's that guy. So he's got his little chain that he apparently hits people with. I assume that's another one of those capturing things. Okay, we've got one more to go, which is the tiny guy. Shank. His name's Shank. Warriors underestimate Shank's net at their own peril. So he's a net thrower. Okay, 24, 25. It's all the, yeah, just everything that's left. There's no extra pieces on this one. When you get the boxes of stuff, do they have extras left on the sprue? I mean, I'm sure they would have like swap out heads and stuff, but is there anything that's just fully extra that's not like a swappable piece? one's done. Oh. Clean this one off first because it's easy. I feel like I need a third tool of some kind for cleaning up stuff. Depends on the product. No, a few of mine had extra bits, but I think originally they were used for tokens. You still end up with a whole bits box after. Yeah, I've been finding on these magazine sprues, I've got countless extras. Which is annoying because I'm keeping all the intact sprue kits just in a bag, taking up space. That one doesn't need too much. Okay, so this one's pretty clean. You have probably 100 plus helmetless Space Marine heads, for example. Yeah, there's a lot of heads left over. I've got like just random arm pieces which don't fit together with anything. It's just like a forearm. Okay, there's tiny bits. Going to let my orc playing buddy use them for spicy bases. Speaking of orc stuff, I saw online somebody was just making like all the orc terrain, well not terrain, but like buildings and stuff, just using sprues as like the exposed like metal scaffolding, or just on the edges of everything, and it looks really cool. Like the sprues actually fit in as just orc pieces. Okay. So yeah, basically like, how do I even explain it? So you cut off like just this all around, you take off those pieces and it would just be like the top end. It would like just be the top end of like a metal sheet. So it's like the thing holding the sheet onto everything else. I don't know how to explain it properly. But yeah, there's at least uses for the sprues. Okay, how the heck does this go on? Okay, so that's his hand. Goes in that way. These models always feel like if you're going to push them in the wrong way, they're just going to break. Okay, I got him there eventually. This one's a weird model because it's kind of a hollow model. Okay. What I mean by hollow is like, it looks half finished. He's a very thin little goblin boy with a net. Oh, okay. The net actually makes a bit more sense now. The net is on the base. Because, let me turn on the flash. So, just looking at him, that's his net. It's like nothing. But, it's actually laid out on the floor. So that's his full net. It's just that attaches to the stuff on the base, which is kind of cool. Turn that back off. So yeah, a little dry brushing, it looks like rusty spikes. Yes, it does. We did that and then used a wooden dollhouse shingles for the metal sheets. Okay, so these guys are done. Just get rid of all the... There's so much extra, like just pieces of grey plastic. I use like a crappy vacuum. I need to get a different one. I need to get like an actual Hoover type of thing. Because this is a piece of crap, to be honest. But it vacuums up all the it vacuums up all the crappy bits, which I'll do after stream. But yeah, so that's all them done. There's all the painting. So with all the paints that I currently have in the magazine, they'd end up like this. Don't know if there's anything else of interest in this magazine. Yeah, I think that's about that for that. Yes, microplastics, lovely. Just eat them all. So, got our net guy. We've got the money goblin, the guy that hits people with their chain, and then the two orc leaders for the group. So, guy with the capturing thing, and then guy with the broken spike thingy, which is hanging in his head. So that's the orcs done. And then we can go through this guy. Because this guy should be pretty easy to put together. So this guy is a Goddess Steel Soul. So it's got some weird stuff on his back. I think they're just, actually I'm not sure what they are. They seem to be like a cut up cape hanging up in the air. It's got some nice art in here as usual. Alright, so this is the character in model, I guess. So this guy should be pretty quick to put together. So, oh, it's gluing. Okay. I do have my glue, but it is going to be a bit annoying. I'm going to have to try and get the glue to work. Just get a paper towel thingy to clean that up. So 3 and 4. I do have to say I prefer I prefer push fit to glue. I think I cut that right. That one had a really weird cutting point where I couldn't tell what was the model and what was the thing. Number 4. The loincloth. Yeah, he's got an interesting pose. Plastic actually feels a bit different. I don't know if it's just thicker or just the texture on it, but like it feels not so much like a model. It's like an actual thing. I don't know how to explain that. But it has more existence to it. That's probably the best way I can say it. Yeah, so this was the piece I didn't know if I was cutting it right, because the sprue came up to where I cut it, but it's like a sticking out piece. I don't think it's supposed to stick out like that. Oh no, it is. Okay. I may have cut off too much. Yeah, so right there's like a I can't even focus this in. There's like a millimeter of stuff that wasn't supposed to be cut off because the sprue is attached to another piece that looked like a sprue. Let's see, is that? Actually, no, I think we're fine. No, I think I did cut it right because that's the sprue attachment point. So that should actually scrape off. Yeah, okay. I think we're fine. Because that should be at an angle. So that definitely looks like more sprue piece. Yeah, okay. That's cleaned up. So now it looks like it's supposed to, I think. Where else was this attached? Try and get rid of this seam line, actually, while we're at it. Because this is a detailed model. I want to get rid of those seam lines. They're pretty bad. That's one good thing this is good for, just deburring. Well, it's time to get dinner. Cheers from Colorado. Ah, you're in America. You have a good rest of your day, night. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you again at some point. Seems to be quite a few Warhammer fans that pop in here and there. I've got a lot more work to do because I've got another subscription that's coming through and I need to clear out my old one, which is this. So enjoy your food and have a good night. There's the final piece, I think. It looks clear to me. Alright, so this glues on across here somewhere. Actually, don't know how they expect this to glue. Because it doesn't quite push fit onto the Dry fit components without glue to see how they line up before gluing. Oh, okay, so it slots in. Okay. It was further up than I thought it was. That does actually slot in. So we glue all around this thing. Alright, that makes sense. So, yeah, that's clean. Alright, let's see how the glue goes. Hopefully we can actually get something out of it. So the glue always sticks. Try and push the glue through it. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're getting glue. So we want to glue all of this. And then this should just plop in. There we go. Just hold that down for a bit. Okay, I think that's glued on now. So we've got 1A and 2. That glue, the glue fumes are really coming through now. So 1A. Alright, we have 2 heads to choose from, I think. And none of these are numbered, are they? 1. Well, there's 1. What does it say 1A? Okay, I'm just gonna look ahead just to see if there's anything extra with the head. With that, there should be a spare head on the sprue when you're done. Okay, so it's just a spare. So that 1A is superfluous because there's only one number 1. there's the head, and then number 2 is this amazing looking chest base. The crest. This cool little looking thing. Okay, so I think the only connection point was his neck. So that should be an easy cleanup. And then where was the connection on this? There it is. Okay, that point's clean. I think the other point was on this. And then one really ugly point on here. This one's taking a bit extra to clean. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Alright, so head glues in. Should slot in actually. Does it slot in on this side as well? Yeah, it does. Okay. This might be a bit of a tedious put together. Let's see, so it goes in at that angle. It might actually be better off just gluing that little piece. If I can. See, is the glue still on there? Yeah, it is. Okay. So smother that little piece in glue. So I don't think I actually got any glue on that. Damn it. Okay. Come on, glue. This glue is the bane of my existence when it comes to this. It never wants to properly come out. Okay, there we go. Too much, too much. Just dab that on. Okay. There we go. Okay, his head's glued in. Such a weird angle. I suppose you view him, because straight on it looks like that, which is weird. But you're supposed to view him from this angle, I think. Okay, so now I should be able to glue this on. Okay, so that just fits onto that. So I am gluing pretty much everything in there. If the glue will come out. It's already dried up in the thing. This glue is infuriating. Okay, come on. There we go. Let's cover all of it. And that should be good enough. Alright, so once that glue is dry, this should be a nice full torso piece. Okay, what's next? Number 8. I think that piece is clean. This goes on his back. Okay, so that's what's in there. There is a tiny piece there that needs to be removed. Okay, hopefully the glue's still coming out. Okay, that's very well glued. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a very difficult glue spot because I'm going to have to glue the thing onto the bottom of this eventually. Okay, 10 and 5. You don't know how long you were gone, but you fell asleep on accident. I thought you were heading off anyway. Or did you say be right back? But yeah, the other two have gone, I think. That was a long time ago if you said be right back. Probably half an hour, 40 minutes. What are we on now? We're on 2 hours so far. So I'm onto a glow up model now. We've completed all of the little orc guys. So yeah, I've got the 2 orcs that we put together. I think you were here for those. Then we got like a little gold keeper goblin. It's like the tax or the treasurer guy. Another one with one of those capture thingies. The chain, and then a guy with a net. The net is actually part of the base. But now we're working on this guy. Oh, you missed the net guy. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was kind of crappy because I thought that was his net. But no, they actually made it part of the base, so that's kind of cool. He's not fully pushed in, so it's not connecting properly, but you get the idea. Actually, I might scrape along that mold line. Alright, so put this one together. So do I make flamethrower tank for my main army, or do I build one of my boxes for a second army? Do you actually play with the models? Because if so, I'd say go with you're going to be using next, basically. What you're actually going to use in the army. So, flamethrower tank for the main army. Although that would be a big build. How quickly could you get the second army built? Okay, so that sits there. Oh, that actually fully seats in. That's interesting. Hopefully we get some glue out of this. Okay, I think I fixed the glue. Glue's actually coming out on demand. Well, you have one model built to big guy and a character. The tank will probably take a couple of days. Yeah, I'd expect so. Okay, that's attached. Then this leg. How does this leg go in? Like that? Okay. Is the glue gonna come out? Yes, okay. I'm surprised the glue's actually cooperating with me today. That last time it was not whatsoever. Okay, there we go. So, flamethrower tank. Which team's it for? Is it for the orcs? Although, you're Battle of Sisters, aren't you? Sisters of Battle. The thing about the tank is the army I can already play, and the tank will give me more options of what to put on the field. The other army, you have to build all of them. Are you going to play with the second army, though? Like, how soon are you going to play with the second army if you got it built? Okay, 7 and 12. I'm actually kind of enjoying this glue up. Seven. Ooh. That one sort of just pulled out of its spot. All of my models, I have to play the game. So how badly do you want the second army? Sort of the real question. Because I'd assume the second army would take about, well, maybe twice as long as the tank. So with all the sisters together, including the tank, you'd have 1.8k points. Not enough for a 2k game, but enough to a couple of lists for a 1k point game. Is the second army going to be a different faction? So, second army will also be 1k. You couldn't partially build the second army and use them in your first army for a 2k game? Or are they not sisters? Emperor's Children, which are chaos. Oh, that's great. Do I add one big model to my main army or look on a second army? That is quite the dilemma. It'd be fun to have a bit of a difference in army though, wouldn't it? Playing chaos instead of sisters. Although the tank sounds amazing. I don't know, I like big models. Come on, Glue, I know you're sitting there somewhere. Okay, the glue's not cooperating now. After all that time. Oh, there we go. It's amazing how quickly this glue sets. Well, not sets, but holds the model. Sisters is very trade units for other units and stay back and shoot. EC is very rush on the board melee as fast as possible. It's kind of like orcs. What the heck does this... Oh, this should have gone on first. So it's supposed to sit on there. Damn it. I should have test fitted this first. It's in a position where I would very much like to have my finger right where that is. It's right there. Nigel Watson. Looking to get into Warhammer, where should I start? Playing tabletop. Chaperons would probably be, yeah. You should probably answer this, as I'm not an actual player of the game. So yeah, you got 40k, or you've got Age of Sigmar, or the Old World, which is the new old stuff. Basically, once you've got your setting choice, you've sort of figured out where you want to go. Okay, the glue's stuck again. Every time. Just need a single dot. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so that little piece glued in. It's like on the tiniest little spot that's glued. If it's 40k, there are three. Wait, there's 3 versions of 40k. Are you including 30k in that, or? No, those 3 versions. Oh, so 3 versions of 40k, and then you've got 30k separately. That's great. 13 and 6. So we're up to the sword, which looks amazing. $40k kill team and necro. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah, of course. I was thinking of actual like setting, not so much the games. Yeah. So yeah, there's like a cool little sword thing with the what were they called? The purity seals and stuff. Necromunda has unique models, so it's a different game. Necromunda, is that what they used in what was it? Wait, no. Necromunda had its own PC game, I think. Undertide. Which was that using just basic 40k, or was that Kill Team? Because Undertide had a specific setting within 40k. Or Darktide. Darktide, not Undertide. Darktide is closer to Necromunda, but not quite. I swear there was a Necromunda PC game, but I might be misremembering, thinking it's a different game. I only played Space Marine for video games. Oh, okay. Space Marine 2 was awesome. Now there's a huge amount of 40k games specifically on PC. They did recently bring out a Age of Sigmar game for PC. I can't remember what it was called. It was not as good as I thought it was going to be. I should probably give it another go, but it's a very slow game. But yeah, you need a lot of research into what team you want to play. It is quite expansive along all the settings. Okay, that one should fit. Okay, it fits perfect. Just have to hope the glue comes out again. And of course it refuses. So you got corn, like blood for the blood god, and we need glue. Glue for the glue god. Just give me glue. Okay, there's a little tiny dot. Okay, it's glued in. Alright, he's almost done. He is looking pretty cool. How does this one slot in? It's like that should fit in perfectly, like that, but there's no part. Okay, there we go. That's where it holds. Sort of a weird angle, but we'll get it. Okay. Hopefully that stays together. And then for the finishing touches. So 11 and 9. It's just reading on there, this is the first sub-assembly for this guy, so I think we get him again in a different version. This one, I don't like snipping this one. It seems like it's pushing a lot of tension on the pieces. And it's really flimsy. So this will attach on the back of his cape. It's a very, very flimsy piece. You have to put this guy somewhere where he's not going to get knocked. probably as good as I'm going to get that piece. Where was the other piece? Where is the grey plastic? Oh, there it is. These pieces are so easy to lose. Okay. So this piece slots straight into that arm. Like that. That's an easy glue. Come on. It's annoying that I have to keep pushing this in to try and get the glue out. Come on. Okay, it's just refusing to work now. Maybe if I turn it around. There we go. Do I glue around? No, just in the hole. Okay. And then the last piece will be the cape. Which is going to be a very weird glue job. Just try and lather it over all the ends. Then they don't even reach. Or am I doing it wrong? Oh, this is messy. Okay, there we go. I should have done a dry fit first. I'm gonna try and... The angle's not perfect, like the, yeah, I didn't do it perfect. It's close enough to where I can just scrape off, I think, parts of the... Yeah, that was messy. It's not fully dried either. Alright. But there he is. So it's got the things on the back. You can kind of see the line where it's not lined up perfectly, but it is sticking on at least. Yeah, kind of a hero landing. But yeah, that back piece is very flimsy. I can barely see where these sprue parts are. It's a very messy base. Alright. So this guy's foot goes... Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. So that's his landing pose. I guess we do glue him into that, maybe. It's the first sub-assembly of model. Oh, okay, no, we don't glue him to that yet, but we glue this to here. Suppose I can leave this for another time. Just to keep it separate. But yeah, yeah, it is a hero landing. Breaking up the ground. Alright, so we finally finished everything. That took a while. That was 2.5 hours just to get 2 magazines done. And lots of grey plastic. Lots of extra small pieces of grey plastic. So, when I do my next thing, it's going to be this guy. The Marsh Crawler Sloggoth. So it's two magazine piece. So you get the little Sloggoth creature or whatever down there. So I guess this is the old world version of the 40k gigantic like mech beast thingy. Because that was a Shaggoth or something, wasn't it? Or I can't remember what it's called. It was in Dawn of War. But yeah, so that'll be the next thing I do in the next stream. But for now, that is everything for today. I don't know if I'll do a gaming stream or something later, but yeah. That's it for model building. So, thanks for hopping on, Sheprins, and coming along the journey of building these guys. So there's our main guy. And all of the other guys along with it. So there's been some damaged pieces along the way, but for the most part, it is been a pretty good build. Yes, I'm ending for the day. And for any lurking lurking viewers, if you enjoyed, just pop in a subscribe if you want to see more. Not gonna lie, all the Age of Sigmar models are dope. Yes, once I saw the magazines for Age of Sigmar, I was hooked on how they looked. They are amazing models. But yeah, this is our first hero model that we've put together, I think. It's really, really nice looking. If I ever get around to painting it, it will... Well, it's probably going to be difficult to paint, but it will look awesome. Okay. So, thanks for viewing. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe. I need to actually lock in doing this constantly. So I've been in like every second day so far. Alright. I shall see you on the next stream, Sheprins. Thanks for coming along.